Congratulations for clicking on this video because this might be the best decision you've made in your entire fucking life. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be successful. And when I say successful, I mean in everything that you want, or in every realm of human endeavor, as the not so much top G anymore would say. And once you understand these three concepts that I'm about to tell you, and you take action every single day, I promise you that your life is going to change. In fact, I want you to save this video and come back to it once you've achieved your goal. It doesn't matter what the goal is, whether it's to make fucking 10K, 20K, 100K, $1 million a month, whatever it is. When, if you want to buy a penthouse, a Lamborghini, whatever the goal is, apply these three principles and you'll achieve that fucking goal. Okay. All right. Let's get straight into it. As you can see, this is a super raw, super fucking no BS video, no music, no nothing. It's just me talking and I'm just going to spit facts and just give you as much value as I possibly can. And yeah, no fancy edits, no animations, just pure fucking value. Right. The first thing you need to have to be successful is fucking clarity. And this is something I struggle with personally for a long time. And I'll be honest, sometimes I still struggle with it. If you're watching this video, it's because you want to be successful, right? Otherwise you wouldn't have clicked on it. And the problem is that you don't have clarity. You don't know what you want exactly. Like sometimes I didn't know what I wanted exactly. Let me explain what I mean when I say clarity. So in my life, I've always wanted to be successful. I've always dreamt of being rich, and I've tried for so long to get to this goal. And I've tried for years without ever succeeding. In fact, I've tried for probably 6, 7, 8 years trying different things, and I've never succeeded, and I just failed back to back to back. And I've tried every single business model on this fucking planet, and you name it, I've tried it. I've tried for so long. I wanted to be a music producer. This has nothing to do with business, online business, but for so long I wanted to be a music producer, and I've spent years learning how to make beats on FL Studio. Let me know if you know anything about that. But I was hoping that I would get rich doing that I would become a big producer, and I got really good at it, and I've made some money, but I didn't get rich. And eventually I gave up. So I've tried something else. I've tried drop shipping, and I spent time learning everything about the business model, and I've made some money, and then I gave up. I didn't get rich. And then I've tried Amazon FBA, SMMA, affiliate marketing, reselling sneakers. And I've made a little bit of money with all these business models, but I didn't get rich. So, I've gotten to a point where I ask myself, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Why am I not having the success that I want? I'm working hard. I'm busy all day. Why am I not rich yet? Why does it seem like everyone is more successful than me? Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not destined to be rich. Maybe I have to accept that, the fact that I have to live a normal life, and this all getting rich online is a fucking scam, and no one actually gets rich with business online. And I just have to live a normal life and have a normal job with a boss, and having just 4 weeks of vacation per year, and having to ask my boss permission to go for fucking lunch break, all these things. But I couldn't fucking accept that. Like every time I had that thought of living my life that way, I would just get so fucking mad and pissed that I couldn't fucking accept it. And the problem wasn't any of those things that I mentioned earlier. It's not because I wasn't smart enough. It's not because I'm destined to be a fucking loser and it's all a fucking scam. I realized that what was stopping me was a lack of fucking clarity. And I didn't know why I was doing the things that I was doing. I mean, yeah, I knew I wanted to get rich, but that's not enough. I needed clarity within myself. I needed a purpose, and I needed to delete all the noise and figure out what I wanted to do and just do that. Just focus on that. Once I did that, everything got easier. Everything else got just got so much easier. And having clarity, it just means that you have a clear idea of what you want out of life. How much money do you want to make? You have to think of a specific number and a specific date by which you want to have that money. You have to understand what business model do you want to pursue and how do you want your business to look like. Figure that out. Don't be vague, be specific. You need to write it down on a piece of paper. Understand why you want to make money and why you want to grow this business. And then don't just say because I want to get rich, because everyone wants to get rich. You have to look deeply within yourself and find out your deep whys, because we all have them. something that gets you emotional, something that's gonna make you stick to your fucking job, to your fucking to-do list, no matter how hard things get. You need to find clarity within yourself. And I see too many people doing things just because they see someone else doing it, just because they want to copy someone else doing it. And you need to take out some time and actually think about all these things. And once you figure them out, you need to write them down on a piece of paper, and you need to read that piece of paper every single day. And that's what I do. You can see here, I have this paper. It's like 3 pages. And on this fucking piece of paper, I've written exactly what my goals are, what my deep whys are, and I've written exactly how I will achieve these goals. It's very specific. It's I think 1 page is missing, but it's like 3 pages, and you need to be as specific as you can. Like, I've written everything in this fucking piece of paper. The second thing you need is belief, and you need to believe that you deserve it and that you're capable of doing anything. This is something that I have to thank my mom for, because since I can remember, she's always told me that I could do anything I wanted. And she's installed this belief in me since I was a child. That's why I've always felt like I was different. Like, I've always felt like I deserved more, but not in an arrogant way, like not without working hard. I always knew that if I wanted to achieve something, big, I would have to work hard. But the fact that I always believed that I could do more and that I deserved more made me act and see the world in a different way. I knew I was different from all the people I knew, all my peers, because they don't have ambition. And I'm not trying to put them down. I'm not trying to shame them. I'm not saying anything bad about them, but they just don't have that ambition. They just don't believe that certain things are even achievable or possible. I don't know, their minds are not even wired to dream that big. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, they don't even think, for example, that becoming a millionaire is a fucking possibility. It's a fucking possible thing in this world. And I don't know, it's a very hard thing to explain to someone who's not like me and who doesn't think like me, but I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this video, you get what I'm saying, because you're probably very ambitious like me. And I believe that people like you and me, we just have something more. We just have a vision, and we believe that a better life is possible. I don't know how to put these feelings into words, but we believe that we can change the world around us. And people think we're crazy for it. That's why we're lonely and we don't relate to anyone. And if you think about it, they're kind of right for thinking that we're crazy. if you really think about it, because we are. I mean, most of us are just fucking delusional. Yeah, but if you are ambitious, you're gonna be a little bit delusional. You have to be a little bit delusional. You have to think of every big, mega successful entrepreneur. They were all just delusional people at some point, like you and me. They were just normal people. They had big dreams, they worked hard, and those dreams became reality because they believed in themselves. But other people, the normies, the regular people of the world, probably thought they were crazy for having these big dreams. People think you're crazy because maybe you tell people that you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to do these big things and you want to make, I don't know, $1 million a month. And people go like, what? $1 million a month? Like, who do you think you are? Are you crazy? Like, no one makes that money. Like, you need to be realistic. Like, how many times have you heard this phrase? You need to be more realistic. I've heard this phrase like many times in my life. And yeah, we're different. You have to understand that 99% of people will never see the world like we do. And because we don't let the world determine who we are, determine our fate. We make our own destiny, and we want to shape the world to match our desire. That makes sense. So it's very important that you believe that you can achieve your goals and that you deserve everything that you get. And this brings me to my last point, which is that yes, belief is extremely important. And all the super successful people wouldn't have gotten to where they are now if they hadn't believed in themselves. But belief without a plan is just wishful thinking. You need a definite plan. A definite plan means ultimate, like final plan. That means that you make a plan and you fucking stick to it no matter what. You need to break down exactly how you're gonna achieve your goal. Like what's your business model? How will you get clients? How many clients will you need to get to your revenue goal. What do you need to do to get that number of clients or to sell that specific number of products? You need to figure out everything in detail and make a definite plan and write it down on a piece of paper like I did. I wrote it down on this piece of paper. You need to do the same. You need to be specific, because if you have vague goals, then you will have vague results. And a specific goal with a definite plan will bring you specific results. Clarity, belief, and a definite plan. Do these three things, apply them every single day, and your life will change. That's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.